It was nice and calm early this morning, but right now it is ripping. We're supposed to have 10-mile-an-hour wind. I guess this is what 10 mile an hour does out here. I'm still learning it. I think we can do this, but I may put away the camera. Out on a drop-off, I actually got blown off of the bridge. The surf's pretty strong there, and I actually started marking a couple fish here right on the drop-off, so there's one. Yeah, I'm looking at the depth finder, and it's lit up. I got 32 feet here, and anything between about 17 and bottom, it's got marks all over it, so I'm trying to rip it up through these fish. That first one was about a little over 18, and I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stay out here. The wind is getting rougher, not better. I'm hoping it eases up. One thing I keep noticing on the depth finder is these schools of bait fish that are predominantly at, I'll say 26 to low 30s, maybe 32 feet. Really centered around 28 feet. And even when I move out into 40, 45, 50 feet, the marks that I'm seeing that are not the bait fish, but the bigger fish, are right around or maybe a little bit below that same 28-foot mark. This one's got some staying power. Look at you. Oh, getting some good ones. Hey, what are you? How big are you? Oh, you bigger than the last one? I think you are. Hey. Yep. He is 22-incher. Moved back up to the bridge and hooked up with this little guy pretty quickly. Oh, and he's off. It's tough holding here because not only do you have the bottleneck of the bay, you know, getting narrow here, I think the bridge itself bottlenecks a lot of wind. So whole lot of speed, wind speed and current speed going on right in here. It's a handful. Same Eddie. A lot of fish down there. Fortunately, I'm able to hold position using the Torqeedo motor on a lower setting. They're not that low. That way my hands are free to jig. Otherwise, I think you'd only get like 1 or 2 pops on the tiny little eddy that's behind the piling, and you'd be gone. I just missed him. Also, I've moved up to an 1.5 ounces. That way I can feel the bottom a little bit better. That 1.5 ounce Style 9 head I made on the Do It mold I got. It actually, the mold I got that I use has 1 ounce and 1.5 ounces. So I got what I need today to feel bottom, fortunately. This one was vertical jigging to get him. Alright. Got to get back in this eddy or I will lose so much ground so quickly. I could see him on the depth finder and I just, right on top of him. It actually reminds me a lot of catching smallmouth on Pretty Boy Reservoir with a blade bait in winter. Up, down, right on top of him, right where you can see him. The bridge piling that I pulled up to was the one, there's a fish, as close to that depth I was seeing them at earlier. On the drop off, as I approached, I look and I said, hey, which one is closest to 28 feet? And this was it. I went to the next one over, it was at about 21 feet, and I really didn't mark anything. I didn't get any bumps. I came back here, I'm on fish again. So this one feels a little better. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, he's pulling drag. Stay on there, buddy. Stay on there. That's a good fish. Right off the side of the bridge piling. Rip wrap down there in 20 couple feet. Ah. Hi. Soft plastic got chewed up. I'm putting a new one on. Getting that UV blast by Component Systems, or Do It Molds also sells the stuff. Spray it on there, and it's really enhances the ultraviolet light reflected off of your bait, especially down deep. You know, this is going to show up really nice even in this murky water, because that ultraviolet light penetrates very deep into the water column, much deeper than traditional white light. I tell you, it wouldn't surprise me if I was getting bit the whole time we had rougher seas and I just couldn't feel it, because there he is. Because you just can't, when you're bouncing up and down like that, you just have no clue what's going on down there. Yep, he's I don't know, 18, 19. Nice. Hi. Man, this one looks beat up. Flip to the other side of the piling, and oh, this looks rough. I'm not sure what happened to you fish. It looks like someone's been chewing on you. He didn't fight worth much either. Look at that sore on him. He got him on both sides. Like something went. Ah! Alright. He is 22 incher. Go home. Hope you feel better. Hooked up again. Instead of going laterally on these bridge pilings, I decided to jump to the other bridge at the same depth. I really like this depth. It's where I'm seeing good fish. And I don't think this one's any exception. Oh yeah, he's a good one. Yeah, he's a nice one. A lot healthier than the last one. Pretty fish. Yeah, another 21 incher. He might someday be a 41 incher. So this one feels strong. Another good one. Another 20. Couple. Ooh, yeah. Maybe mid-20s. All right. Yep. He's a pretty one. Yeah, now another 21 and a half. All of this is some sort of bait fish. I know, because I've been ripping my my jig up through there and coming up with scales, you know, about that big. Those aren't striper scales, and they're associated with this bridge piling. But as you move downstream from it, out in the open, we have, this actually shows where I was today earlier. I dropped a waypoint on it, and you can see that depth contour change. You got 15 or 20 out here, and just right to the left of that, it drops off into 35. So somewhere in there, and I'm on that same contour right up at the bridge, and these are the two bridge pilings that get pounded. There's one. Here's another. Not real big ones. Here's one up in the school of bait fish. These are the little 15 inchers that I was catching earlier. Somewhere down here, there's a big boy. This might be the biggest of the day. He's already got one really good run on me, and hope he stays buttoned. He's nice. I was actually seesawing it through. I could feel the line kind of cutting through the all that seaweed at the backside of the at the piling here. Yeah, you gave me a good long run too. Get in here. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Striper. Yeah, he is. He's 22. A lot of them in this 21, 22 inch range in 28 feet. And I think part of the deal is that they're near whatever structure they can find, whatever change in depth they can find where 28 feet is climbing. You know, deeper water on one side, shallower water on the other. Not just a 28-foot flat, but I don't know. They got that pretty purple sheen on them. Number 16 on the day. All of them in that upper 20-foot range, you know, 26 to 30. Hey, I'm gonna put you back, dude. You just gotta chill a minute. Which, you know, I just figured out early in the morning by looking at the depth finder, looking at the schools of bait fish, looking at those guys that are showing up below them, and just saying, yep, there's a preferred depth that these fish want to be at today. And I don't think it's the striper that really said it. I think it's the menhaden, whatever they're eating, whatever the bait fish schools are, and I can see them all over the place, and that is their depth. Mid to upper 20s. On my way back, working each of the pilings as I go. I'm sort of in the 19-foot range, and it's sort of telling that I'm catching fish not near the pilings, but sort of in between them. I think when it's, oh, he's another nice 20 or so incher. When the current's ripping, they go tight to the pilings, but this guy was pretty much dead center in between them. Yep, another 20. Slack tide, they spread out, and you gotta just cover water. Number 17. All right, I think I'm packing it in for the day. I worked shallower, hoping I'd pick up a few. I got that one nice 22 incher. But I really didn't get anything, anything else once I went shallow. Working, well, the shallowest fish today was the last, number 17, and that was in 19 feet. So, preferred depth, 28 feet, thereabouts. I think it's really just about where the bait fish are, and the bait fish are hovering at or or maybe a little bit above 28 feet. So find some structure at whatever preferred depth it is, and you can determine that by looking at where your schools of bait fish are hanging out, and start jigging. Really glad I had the Torqeedo today. There was no way that I was going to hang on these bridge pilings or anywhere that I really wanted to hold on this morning, as rough as it was. It was too rough. It kind of scared me to throw an anchor down there. I think if I caught hard on an anchor, I would go through a wave, and I don't want to do that. I'd like to ride over it. So the Torqeedo definitely was a huge help today. Kept me on the water. So 17 fish with a bunch of them in the 21 and 22 inch range isn't bad at all. But these two fish, 27.5 and 31.5, came on a day when we had 4 inches of rain and just crazy wind. So I'm finding that the rougher the weather, the bigger the fish you catch. So get a Torqeedo and get on the big fish. Torqeedo motor and accessories available at Hook One, kayakfishinggear.com.